We should ask ourselves, when as a society we decided it was okay to lock our young children away. As the 1990s progressed into the 21st century, we saw an increase in the types of crimes committed by young people. This could range from anywhere from car theft to assault to rape and to murder. There were high profile cases that were hyped by the media, such as the Lionel Tate case, whereas he was practicing wrestling moves on a young neighbor, young playmate, and that child ended up dying. People were horrified at the nature of the crime, but yet and still, as a parent or an adult, you looked at it like, how do you punish an 11-year-old, a 12-year-old, a 13-year-old, a 14-year-old, and make sure that they understand the reason behind that punishment? We can lock away our young people in prisons because of the horrific crimes that they've committed. But at the age of 12, do we really benefit that young adult or that young person in a prison where hardened criminals who have basically spent their life behind bars are the ones that's teaching them? Our children deserve all that they can get from us. I, for one, believe that if you do a crime, that you should be responsible for the outcome or the consequences of that action. But when do we get to the part where is it okay for an 11-year-old to go into an adult prison system with a bunch of hardened criminals who cannot teach him or help him or her to become a better person in society? It is not possible to lock away our young individuals, our young children, and think that they will come out and become productive to our society. It will not happen. We can determine that maybe rehabilitation programs or maybe community-based programs that involve parents, teachers, and community leaders to effectively implement programs that will assist these children to understand the reason for their action and then also understand the consequences of what will happen with these actions. I, for one, do not believe that we should lock away any child under the age of 15 because I don't believe that it helps them. I think a child is still in the stage of trying to understand who they are, what they are, and where they're going. Placing them behind bars with individuals who have no hope cannot give this child an opportunity, if they were to become released back into society, give them an opportunity to be a positive, important part of that society. I don't believe that we can benefit our young people that way. I don't think that we should just let a 14-year-old who commits murder get off and have no punishment. But I don't believe locking them away for life in prison is the end to that situation. I think we really need to look at alternatives to help our young people. We have too many at risk children who do not get the help that they need or do not get the help that they deserve to help them understand they cannot continue to behave or to act that way. If a parent is not available to guide that child, then teachers and other community leaders must step in to give that child some balance, to give that child an outlook of hope and positivity. Children will learn what they have come to be taught in their homes, their schools, and their community. If they feel as if everyone else is okay with that behavior, that child learns to think that behavior is okay. There were laws passed in states which wanted to make sure that the child never would get the opportunity to be back on the streets to commit that type of crime, be it a murder, a rape, an assault. But the law didn't look into the fact that if we put the child away into a prison system, if that child understands or comes to understand what the nature of their behavior was and how to change that behavior, will we forever keep them imprisoned? Will we forever keep them locked up? Because a child has to be given an opportunity to grow, to mature, and to learn. And if you lock them away, they won't get the benefit of that learning education. They won't receive that. Children who commit murder, children who commit series of horrific crimes do deserve to be punished, but we should put them in facilities that will help them understand that that behavior is not going to help them further themselves in society. That type of behavior will only keep them where they are at that moment, which is behind bars. We must, as a society, find meaningful ways to rehabilitate and to reshape our children. We must, as a society, find alternatives to help children before they get to that stage. Children who commit these types of crimes come from all walks of life. It's not just children from the inner city or urban areas. You're talking about children who may have come from some of the best households in America and other countries. But yet and still, something within that individual triggers them to act out and to do such horrible things. Those are the children when we begin to see signs that we must state to ourselves, what can we do to stop this? What can we do to help this child so they don't keep going down the wrong path? We as a society must find meaningful ways to rehabilitate, to shape, and to make these children become productive parts of society. Our nation cannot grow or maintain its greatness if the next generation is not around to lead it into the next century.